All right, let's talk about something we can all agree on. Pizza. I mean, it's a food that barely needs an introduction, but it has a story that you probably don't know. So let's grab a slice and get into it.
Seriously, can you think of a food that's more universally loved? From Naples to New York, Tokyo to Toronto, it's just one of the most popular foods on the entire planet. It's such a brilliantly simple idea, a flatbread with some stuff on it that has completely, and I mean completely, conquered the world.
And when I say conquered, I'm not kidding. Just look at this number. Back in 2017, the world pizza market was already worth a staggering $128 billion. This isn't just a late-night snack, it's a massive economic and cultural force.
But that brings up a really interesting question, right? What exactly is a pizza? Is it that thin, floppy slice you gotta fold in half to eat? Or is it that thick, cheesy deep dish thing you need a fork and knife for? Well, as we're about to see, the answer totally depends on who you ask and where you are.
So to figure this out, we have to go back. I'm talking way, way back. Because the whole idea of putting tasty things on a flat piece of bread is much, much older than the word pizza itself.
Just check out this timeline for a second. We're talking about Persian soldiers in the 6th century BC baking flatbreads right on their shields. The ancient Greeks had their own version. We even found a painting in Pompeii from 79 AD that shows a dish that looks almost exactly like a modern pizza. But the actual word pizza doesn't even pop up until 997 AD, in a legal document promising a local bishop 12 pizzas as part of a rental payment.
Okay, but the dish that we all recognize as pizza today was born in a very specific place, Naples, back in the 18th and 19th centuries. This is where a simple street food for the poor got transformed into a global icon.
And let me tell you, the Neapolitans are serious about their pizza. There's literally an association with incredibly strict rules. The dough can only have 4 ingredients, you have to stretch it by hand, no rolling pins allowed, it has to use specific tomatoes and specific mozzarella, and it has to be cooked in a wood-fired oven at over 900 degrees Fahrenheit. This tradition is so important, it's actually protected as a cultural treasure by UNESCO.
And they are absolute purists. This quote just says it all. You have one pizza master who saw a world champion use what he called a fountain of oil instead of the traditional single spoonful, and he publicly called him out for it. I mean, that's the level of passion and precision we're dealing with here.
But then, pizza left home. When Italian immigrants brought their recipes over to America, this humble Neapolitan dish was set on a path that would change it forever.
And this leads us to this really fascinating idea called the pizza effect. It's what happens when something from one culture goes to another, gets completely transformed, and then that new version becomes a huge hit back in its original home. America basically took Naples' simple flatbread and turned it into the saucy, cheesy, topping-loaded giant that we all know today.
And this slide just perfectly illustrates that change. On one hand, you have the original Neapolitan pie. It's soft, delicate, and you eat it with a knife and fork. And on the other hand, you have an iconic American invention like Chicago deep dish. It's less of a flatbread and more of a savory pie, right? They might share a name, but they are totally different foods.
So, fast forward to today, and that American transformation has sparked a massive, super competitive industry. We're talking about a true battle for market share, fought one slice at a time.
And just how big is this battle? Well, the U.S. pizza market alone is projected to pull in over $50 billion in 2024. That is an absolutely colossal industry built on dough, sauce, and cheese.
And at the top of that mountain, you have the giants. But what's really amazing here is the shakeup. For years, Pizza Hut was the undisputed king, but then Domino's staged this incredible comeback. They didn't do it by making a wildly different pizza, they did it by basically becoming a tech company that happens to sell pizza. They poured money into their app, made online ordering seamless, and gave us the pizza tracker. It was a total game changer that vaulted them straight to #1.
So what are people actually eating? This is where it gets really interesting. Look at this list of the most popular styles. New York style is #1, no surprise there. But then you've got deep dish, Detroit style, all these others. And where's that authentic Neapolitan pizza we started with? All the way down at #6. It just goes to show you, in America, authenticity is just another option on the menu.
So where does pizza go from here? Well, the evolution is far from over. Technology and just sheer creativity are constantly redefining what a pizza can even be. And forget just pepperoni. The new wave of toppings is wild. That hot honey you see everywhere, that's part of the whole Swissy,
sweet and spicy craze. People are putting pickles on pizza for that tangy crunch. And you've got alternate sausages like chorizo and induja, bringing these complex global flavors. The pizza is basically a canvas, and it's showing us exactly what our changing tastes look like.
And the innovation isn't just on top of the pizza, it's happening underneath too. We're seeing a boom in different kinds of doughs for crispier, airier crusts. And at the same time, even small, independent mom-and-pop pizzerias are using things like AI to help with their marketing. The entire industry is just getting smarter.
And this chart right here says it all. Look at that. Over 3/4 of pizzerias are using online ordering. Digital and delivery apps absolutely dominate everything. The way we get our pizza has completely shifted from picking up the phone to just tapping on a screen.
Which brings us right back to our big question. After this entire journey, from ancient shields to AI-powered marketing, what have we learned about what makes a pizza real?
You know, maybe the answer is that pizza isn't one single recipe. It's not just that UNESCO-protected dish from Naples. It's more like a platform. It's an idea that every culture, every chef, and every single generation gets to play with and make their own. Its reality isn't stuck in its rigid past, but in its limitless future.
So that really just leaves one question. Is your next slice going to be a classic margarita, a deep dish monster, or maybe, just maybe, something with hot honey and pickles? Because in the end, the only definition of real pizza that truly matters is the one you decide to order next. Thanks for watching.